Hello bestie, welcome back to my channel, Can We Talk? Today we're diving into a book that basically became a manual for women who decided to stop shrinking themselves. Why Men Love Bitches. This bestseller by Sherry Argov blew up around the world by challenging the old idea that being overly nice is the way to a man's heart, and more importantly, by showing the power of self-worth in relationships. Throughout its chapters, the book lays out practical rules, everyday situations, and bold phrases that help women emotionally reposition themselves. The author explains how so often in trying to be the perfect partner, a woman ends up allowing subtle forms of mistreatment, accepting way less than she deserves, and attracting men who don't truly value her. So if you're ready for a mental, physical, and spiritual glow up, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss a thing. In Why Men Love Bitches, the word bitch doesn't carry the offensive meaning we're used to hearing. On the contrary, Sherry Argov redefines it as a symbol of strength, independence, and self-respect. Being a real bitch, in the way this book means, has nothing to do with being rude, cold, or arrogant. A bitch is a woman who knows herself, respects herself, and isn't afraid to lose a man if it means not losing herself. She's clear about her worth, and she acts in alignment with it. That's why she doesn't cave into emotional pressure, manipulation, or unbalanced relationships. It means not begging for attention, not putting yourself second just to be nice, and not accepting scraps just because you're scared of being alone. The respect she demands starts with the respect she has for herself. Deep down, the author uses the word bitch in a provocative way to break the pattern of the nice girl who disappears for others. While the nice girl tries too hard to please and ends up getting walked over, the bitch stands her ground, and that's exactly why she's admired, respected, and even desired. But this kind of presence requires emotional maturity. It's not about playing games or treating people badly to seem hard to get. This woman isn't cruel. She's clear, direct, confident. And that's exactly what makes her magnetic. When you show up like that, you teach people how to treat you. You show them your presence is a privilege, not a given. And when that confidence comes from within, you don't need to prove anything. Men respect you because they sense they're not dealing with a desperate woman, but someone who knows she deserves the best and won't settle for less. There's a deep truth we often ignore in modern relationships. Male nature, at its core, is wired for pursuit. That doesn't mean all men are the same or that they don't want deep connections. But on a biological and psychological level, a man tends to value much more what he had to earn than what was just handed to him. This dynamic is as old as time. Why Men Love Bitches makes this super clear. When a woman shows up as the prize, the man steps up. He invests, he engages, and he moves into action to deserve her. That pursuit energy isn't a game. It's a natural dance between masculine and feminine, where the man with his active energy feels driven to win over a woman who knows what she wants and isn't desperate to be chosen. And if you look at the animal kingdom, this pattern repeats across so many species. The peacock spreads his gorgeous tail to impress the female. Lions fight each other for the attention of lionesses. In wolf packs, the alpha male has to show strength and intelligence to lead and mate. The female, on the other hand, watches, chooses, and doesn't give in to the first one that shows up. That kind of natural selection isn't random. It ensures that the strongest instincts, behaviors, and traits get passed on. What's wild is realizing that even in today's modern world, this instinctive structure still lives inside us. When a woman places herself in a position of choosing rather than needing, she naturally activates a man's genuine desire to pursue her. It's a dynamic built on respect and value, where the relationship forms from balance, a give and take, not from one-sided effort in exchange for crumbs. A powerful woman doesn't run from love, she just doesn't chase it. She knows the right love runs toward her. A high-value woman doesn't need to raise her voice to be heard or step on anyone to prove her strength. Tapping back into your high-value feminine energy is all about remembering that you were born whole. You don't have to be the prettiest, the most wanted, or the nicest to deserve respect. What you do need is to see yourself as the prize, because that's exactly what you are. A woman with elevated feminine energy is definitely sensitive, but she's also selective. She knows that vulnerability isn't weakness, it's strength. She opens up to those who earn it and doesn't give her soul to someone offering crumbs. And when this woman enters a relationship, she doesn't try to shape-shift to be accepted. It's the opposite. She stays whole with her own tastes, opinions, and values, and invites the other person to truly get to know her. That creates a kind of magnetic attraction that goes way beyond looks. It's the vibe of someone who loves herself, honors herself, and isn't afraid to be alone if needed. Because her self-love fills the space that used to be ruled by the need for outside approval. This kind of energy shifts the way men in the world respond to her. When a woman puts herself first, others follow. When she doesn't tolerate disrespect, disrespect keeps its distance. When she believes she deserves real love, she stops chasing one-sided situations and starts attracting healthy connections with men who recognize and respect what she brings. So, being a bitch in the sense the book talks about is really about being authentic and self-aware. It's about letting go of the role of someone who's always explaining herself and stepping into the role of someone who knows herself, protects herself, and doesn't trade her values for anyone's approval. This new version of you isn't built overnight, it's grown with every choice you make for yourself. And it all starts with your mindset. So here are a few small things you can start changing today to become a real bitch. Make a list of what you're not accepting anymore. Sit down, take a pen and paper, and write it out. What have you tolerated so far that hurt you? What behaviors left wounds you stayed silent about just to keep the peace? This list will be your compass. It'll remind you that you have boundaries now, and from this point forward, no one crosses them without consequences. Start practicing saying no in small situations. Saying no is freeing, and you don't owe anyone an explanation. Start small. Say no to a favor you don't feel like doing. Tell someone you'd rather stay in if you don't feel like going out. Walk away from conversations that drain you. Every no you give to someone else is a yes to yourself. Build up your self-esteem daily with small actions. A woman who loves herself takes care of herself, not out of vanity, but out of respect. Look in the mirror and admire yourself. Take care of your body, your mind, your emotions. And above all, stop constantly criticizing yourself. Talk to yourself the way you talk to someone you love, because you deserve that kind of kindness. Look around at who's in your life and ask yourself, does this person value me or just use me? Real connections lift you up, not drain you. Do you feel respected or manipulated? Do they cheer you on or feel threatened by your wins? Can you be yourself, or are you walking on eggshells? Don't be afraid to walk away from those who don't really see you. Sometimes in order to find yourself, you have to let go of the ones who never truly did. If you made it this far, this is your sign. The time to flip the switch is now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. I love you, bye.